Welcome to this video where we have all the tweets between the Twitter fight of Colossal is Crazy and Mike Maljack over the Mom's Basement podcast. Enjoy the videos, and of course, I will be commentating over all the tweets as well. Thank you very much and enjoy the video. You guys don't know, Keemstar and FaZe Banks have their own podcast called Mom's Basement, and the first proper guest on the new Spotify version of Mom's Basement was Mike Maljack, um, PR for Logan Paul's team and Logan Paul's best friend. So pretty much, Mike Maljack went onto the podcast, and people were actually really happy with him. One of the tweets from Jackson Peterson tweeted out saying, "Been a big fan of tweeting at Mike Maljack for a minute now. Listen to Mom's Basement podcast with him, unbiased, just listening. It truly confirmed my thoughts on Mike. Well spoken, coming from a real place. Can I have a dispute in a civil manner? I truly love this man's mentality." And of course, Mike Maljack responded by saying, "Appreciate your brother doing it for y'all." And this wasn't the only tweet that pretty much, I guess, confirmed, or yeah, I guess confirmed the confirmed that Mike Maljack was a good guest on the podcast. There was a few more. I'll put up one more on the screen as well, just to get the point that people actually really did enjoy the podcast with Mike on it. Else by the name of Donnie Carls responded to the podcast saying, "Keep your head up, Mike. You're doing good things." And Mike, of course, responded by saying, "So are you, brother." So generally, the public are in love with the new podcast that Mike was in. Everyone's in love with his personality, and just they all love Mike. But one person that doesn't like Mike is Colossal is Crazy. Twitter beef and drama pretty much starts with Keemstar, as most things usually do. No, I'm just kidding, but still, Keemstar tweets out saying new Mom's Basement episode is dropping soon. And he also tweets out the link for it, which is on Spotify Studios, and he confirms that Mike Maljack is the first guest on the podcast. But anyways, of course, if you guys didn't know as well, shout out to FaZe Banks and Keemstar. Their podcast was signed exclusively to Spotify as well. But anyways, Keemstar tweets this out, and Colossal Crazy responds by saying the following. Colossal is Crazy responds to Keemstar's post of the podcast to Spotify Studios by saying, "Please tell me why tweeting at Mike Maljack. Gotta say on which parts were cut. I've been censored massively to the point where what I'm saying is taken completely out of context and it's nonsensical. Why? Is it because he didn't like some of the things I said? This is some real..." Yeah, I can't really say the last two words. Pretty much, Mike Maljack responds is this kind of, no, I wouldn't say acting clueless, but he genuinely seems kind of clueless because he does confirm that he asked for a cut, but he says, "Wait, what I asked for, one tiny cut from the segment." Laugh, laughing, laughing out loud. Now, Colossal is Crazy actually responded to Mike Maljack by saying 31 minutes cut. And this is, of course, referring to Mike Maljack tweeting out saying, "I only asked for a tiny cut." And then Colossal is Crazy saying, 31-minute cut. You were worried about things said and asked them to be cut. It led to other things being cut as well, to protect Logan and yourself from looking bad. You ruined an entertaining conversation. Next time, hit me up and ask me to cut what I said. I might have done it as a courtesy. Now, Mike responds by saying the cut I asked for was 2 minutes long, brother. These seems like it should be an internal conflict between yourself and not a conflict that should be taken out on the internet, which, to be honest, is a very typical Mike response. I mean, he's pretty much blaming him for it and calling him, saying he's in the wrong and just acting like Colossal is Crazy is, the person that's in the wrong right here and right now. Colossal is Crazy is also, a big smack talker, and he talks quite a lot of smack as well. So he pretty much responded by saying, "I don't know how much you asked cut, just that you wanted things cut. More directly, things I said cut," which is actually very nice, tweet, saying you just wanted the stuff that I said cut, and yeah, just things like that. And as I've said, you wanting things cut led to other things being cut. Not all the blame is yours, but for sure some of it is. some of it is, and you should just own that. Now, pretty much, as you guys know, Colossal is crazy. Isn't the biggest, YouTuber out there. Of course, if you guys want me to make a secret to fame on him, just comment down below. I can make one on Mike Maljack as well. But he isn't the biggest YouTuber, so a lot of people actually sided with Mike Maljack on this. I'll show you guys a few tweets, just people supporting Mike during this drama. Now, I spent about a solid 5 to 10 minutes just, finding tweets and stuff, supporting each side, people supporting, Mike's, people supporting Colossal, and just having their various points as well, because the whole point of this show is to stay as unbiased as possible. But at this moment in time, the best tweet that I actually found was someone who watched the whole podcast, was neutral, didn't really know who any of the two were. He's a big fan of FaZe and FaZe Banks, so that's the reason why he watched the podcast. And his unbiased opinion was that Colossal is crazy. It was pretty much on Mike Malchak the whole time and was trying to ruin him and just ruin his reputation as well. So I guess that I'll put this in and of course, I'll make a part two as well if there's any more new tweets regarding this situation. But if you guys want me to make a secret to fame on any of these two, make sure you guys comment down below and I'll do that. But this was another episode of Twitter Clash. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.